So I've been in New Zealand for 6 months now, and I've been thinking a lot about my journey. 15-year-old me would be shocked by the life I'm living because I was always so scared of change. Now I've been in 3 countries in 1 year. Granted, it hasn't been a seamless transition, but I am so grateful at how far I've come. New Zealand is such a beautiful country with so much to offer, but it took me a while to realize it. I did not have a honeymoon phase because I spent months mourning the life I had in Japan. Every now and then, I would call friends I've made in Japan to catch up, and I would often find myself saying, I miss the food in Japan, I miss the transportation, I miss the quiet. I didn't realize it until now that I had been living in the past and spending most of my time wondering what if. Somehow, my brain had forgotten how difficult it was for me to work in Japan, how frustrated I was with their bureaucracy and lack of work-life balance. We are back in Mount Maunganui, our favorite place to be, a favorite beach to be, on a beautiful Sunday morning. We tried to beat the traffic, but look at how full it is. The beach is probably so full. In my mind, life in Japan was perfect, though that was not my reality. I often felt homesick, not for South Africa, but for Japan. And I wonder if my move to Japan altered my perception so much that I felt so bonded to the country I didn't grow up in. Do I feel so connected to Japan so much because of my child? I really wonder. I feel like I missed out on fully appreciating the beauty that is here in New Zealand by constantly complaining or comparing it to Japan. It might have taken me a while to get here, but I'm so happy that I finally embraced my new life and accepting my new normal. Now I appreciate the road trips to the beach towns that we do, and I think I found a place that I really enjoy. We are going to Papamoa Beach because there's quite a big number of people here on the side of the beach, so we're going to drive a bit further to that beach. Then we're gonna try and fly the drone and get some nice footage because today is basically our first time doing it officially, so we don't want to do it in a place where there's a lot of people and then we might get in trouble, and also the area restrictions and all of that stuff is a bit tricky. So I don't know, Dji said he found a place that's not restricted a bit further down, so we're gonna go try that and see what happens. We have made it to a much quieter area. Let's go see what it looks like. There's a beach access in between people's houses. That's why we're walking. Tauranga is very beautiful, and I find myself wanting to come back here every weekend. This region is famous for its numerous beaches, including the popular Mount Maunganui main beach and nearby Papamoa Beach, which is where we're at. This place attracts a lot of swimmers, sunbathers, and surfers. The coastline features white sands and blue waters, offering opportunities for various water activities like sailing, fishing, and dolphin watching. I really love this place, and I've fallen in love with it so much, which is why I'll keep coming back here every weekend. This is the kind of life I really want to live. I found myself very connected to the ocean. If I'm living close by to a beach or just a body of water, I feel so much at peace. I just can't explain it, but I found my happy place. Today we are just reflecting on the fact that we have officially spent 6 months in New Zealand, which is a bit insane to think about, but we are very happy. In today's vlog, I'm basically in Tauranga as per usual because I don't know, the last time we came to visit Tauranga, I fell in love with it so much. I am plotting my move to Tauranga as it is, and there's a lot of beaches in Tauranga and it's so nice. The first beach we went to was in Mount Manganui side, and it was actually really full because everyone is out today enjoying their time, and I just didn't want to be overcrowded too much and be nervous about potentially, you know, learning my new hobby. So as you guys have noticed right now, I got a drone. I got the DJI Mini 4 Pro, and I'm going to be making it my hobby now to just film landscape videos, take landscape pictures and all of that, because when I was in Japan, my plan was obviously to travel and see the country, but obviously I got pregnant and things got delayed. So I am making it my mission that now in New Zealand, I'm going to show you guys as much of New Zealand's beauty as possible, and then obviously adding some dynamic variation in terms of footage. So yeah, I'm basically learning. One of the teachers at the school actually has like a DJI Maverick, which is like the most expensive drone obviously on the market, and he was actually offering to teach me how to use it and all of that, and I'm very keen to do so. So now that I have my drone, on Monday when I go to work, I probably am going to take it with, and he's going to show me some moves and how to get comfortable with it. Today as it stands, obviously my husband was flying it and I've watched a lot of tutorials on how to use it, but I'm going to try my best and use it as often as possible. So yeah, cheers to us being in New Zealand for 6 months and just getting used to how things work here. I think the first few months of me living here, I basically had some sort of like rejection towards the country. I was not super happy because I feel like I left Japan abruptly and I just wanted to see more of that specific country. But now I'm finally at peace and I'm finally finding my, I don't know, like my bearings and understanding where we live, and I'm so happy to take you guys along with on this specific journey and seeing how my career progresses, because who knows, am I gonna be now a drone pilot, a wedding venue planner, videographer, and not a teacher anymore? Who knows? The possibilities are endless. But now let's just enjoy this beautiful beach together. That's what's interesting is happiness. We're getting food and then we're gonna head home. We had a very short beach day today. Not the best beach day, but it was okay. Did you find the place? Oh, there's the Alibaba place. Yeah. We're gonna try some Turkish wraps, I think. Are they Turkish? Yeah, it says Turkish food. Yeah, authentic Turkish food. We're gonna get a shawarma. I'm gonna get a shawarma. I hope they have that. Yeah. This is the place we're going to. It's called Alibaba House. Maybe. I think so. Good, thank you. Oh. Very big wrap. Yeah, I can try the salad. I thought the red come really good. It's the salad in the pot. Game with them.
Good morning. Welcome back to a new vlog. I've been MIA for 2 weeks because I've just been busy with marking and just trying to understand the flow of things as per usual. As you guys know from the previous vlog, I just introduced a little bit of what I've been doing, and now I'm finally getting comfortable with understanding the flow of my work. I currently have a cold, which really sucks, but I can't afford to not go to work. So I've already done all the prepping that you guys already saw I do, and we're about to leave. I also want to come on here and show you guys this new hair I got from Shein, which is so convenient for me. I actually don't have to braid anymore or do anything. I'll just wear this wig until I'm tired of it. So this is my new hairstyle, and this is the new me, I guess. I'm gonna go put on some socks, some shoes, and take all our bags down, and then I'll see you guys as the day goes by. And I just wanted to also reflect on the fact that we have been in New Zealand for 6 months. Imagine. Can you believe it? I can't believe it. It's been a crazy journey. It's crazy how time moves so fast when you're just busy and doing stuff. I don't feel like it's been 6 months. I just feel like I just got here like 2 months ago. Every time someone asks me like, how long have you been here? I'm like, oh, about 3 months or so. And then I sat down the other day and I actually calculated, no, this is my 6th month being in New Zealand, and it's insane. So yeah, I hope we're gonna have a good day. I'm gonna take you guys with me today. I'm not gonna do the whole work thing because there's gonna be kids in the classroom and all of that, but I'll just take you with throughout my days these days, and then we'll just see how everything goes. So yeah.
My lunch probably does not look the most appetizing, but this is chakalaka. This is a beef patty that I made from scratch yesterday, and then got some pumpkin. It all got jerked up in my bag, and I just warmed it up so I can eat it. It's currently break. I was just complaining on my Instagram about how being on a calorie deficit just makes you feel like you're starving all the time. I carried water with, obviously, in my standy cup so I can drink it, but I am still starving. I'm hungry. I'm so hungry. I could eat something, but today I'm gonna try my best to get home and exercise again and make sure that my body is good. I took 2 days to rest so that my body can heal, but my arms are still sore because I did like 20 push-ups on Friday. So I don't know how that works. But anyway, I'm gonna eat my lunch, and then I have 1 more class to go, and then my 5th period is a free period. So I'm gonna use that to sit down and enter all the marks, and then I think I'll be done. Yeah. Then all I need to do is mark the mathematics tests that they've been writing. So yeah.
There are about roughly 90,000 South Africans currently living in New Zealand, which makes South Africans one of the largest immigrant groups in this country. At work, there's about 12 teachers that are South African, and having the opportunity to speak and connect to people from your home country feels good. Slowly but surely, a community is being built, and it feels so good to have people to talk to. Above that, the people of New Zealand have been nothing but welcoming, which has made the work life easier. There isn't a lot of pressure overall in the schooling system, which has made things so enjoyable. I'm not putting too much pressure on myself to make friends quickly. I want that process to happen naturally. Right now, I am enjoying the casual interactions I've been having, and it feels right. Obviously cut this one for our son. But yeah, I think I made like 6 patties in total. And inside, this is what it looks like, the burger. There's some cheese, lettuce, cucumber, tomatoes, and some sauces. And we got this bun from our local grocery store. It's like a cheese bun. I know, too much cheese. I didn't think about it when I was actually cutting up the cheese. But yeah, that's our dinner for tonight. Burger. So, since we are now on our 6-month mark of living in New Zealand, I just thought I should just talk to you guys about some of the culture shocks that I've discovered along the way. My first biggest culture shock still is how informal people actually dress. Not to say that the people in South Africa are super formal, but we normally dress for the occasion, you know. If you go to a restaurant, you dress nice, you dress up. If you go to the mall, you dress nice, you dress up. Here, people actually go to the mall in pajamas. Most of the people are walking around barefoot, which is very shocking. Sometimes in the streets, like when we come back from work by the robot, we find people walking around barefoot. And mind you, it's super hot on the floor. The floor is super, super hot. But they'll be walking around barefoot. And it's mind-boggling to me how that works. But you know what? At the core of it, I actually appreciate how casual the New Zealanders are, because it just makes life a little bit easy. It doesn't make it, you don't feel pressure. That's the word. You don't feel pressure to always dress up and keep up and look nice. But sometimes you need to look nice, but you don't feel the pressure to do that because the people here are obviously so casual. Even at work, I was telling Dji about how different everyone looks at work. Some people are dressed very sporty, some people are dressed like they are actually going to work, and then some people are dressed very outdoorsy, which then if they stood in a line and you asked someone, what profession do you think these people do, no one would guess teacher, because obviously everyone is dressed so differently. So yeah, it's been very interesting to observe that specifically. Even the school uniform, to touch on the school stuff specifically, is very la-di-da, it's not that serious, it's very chilled. Kids can wear some school colors, so if the school colors are brown and gray, as long as they're wearing something brown and something gray, then it's okay, and it doesn't seem like it's enforced too much, which to me is just mind-boggling, because obviously coming from South Africa, we have school shoes and school pants and school shirts and school this and school that. So here kids can wear those Birkenstock look-alike type of shoes as their school shoes. Some of them wear those, some of them wear tacky, some of them wear flip-flops. It doesn't matter, as long as it's a color black, it's fine for them to wear. Which for the most, I spend most of this term asking the kids, are those the school shoes? Are you supposed to be wearing that? Is it okay for you to be wearing that? How does it work here? And then they've been explaining, no, as long as it's black, it's fine. As long as it's, even the pants, even if they're not really school pants, formal pants, they're okay to wear. As long as it's black, it's okay to wear. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So yeah, everything's very casual when it comes to that specifically. The next thing is Maori culture and the language specifically. So there's an intentional integration of the culture and the language in everything that we do. When I came here, I knew that New Zealand had Maori people, which are the indigenous people of this country. I didn't know that it was used so much. I saw with the documents and stuff that we're filling in for immigration, all of that. I was like, oh, it's written in English and Maori. So I didn't think that
how it actually works in day-to-day life too. In Japan, like the thing that we struggled a little bit with was the language, because like obviously it was there every single where. Here it's also kind of similar. There is English, you'll understand the documents and stuff, but it might be a bit difficult, especially if you are in a Maori area, because we are in Rotorua, and Rotorua is like a Maori area. Like everyone here, I'm not gonna say everyone, but like majority of people here are Maori, and basically like this is their area. So there's a strong emphasis in this specific area about the culture, the language, and all of that stuff, which is very beautiful to see. And it actually forces us to learn the language as we go, because it's used a lot in our morning meetings and everything that we do. They'll be like, oh, you must do this mahi, and for the longest time I'm like, what? Like they'll say something and then like a Maori word, and like I'll totally blank out, because I'm just like, I understood part of that sentence, but I didn't understand what else was said, because obviously the stuff was said in Maori. So I was just like, oh my gosh. So it actually forces you, the way that it's done, it actually forces you to learn the culture, to appreciate the culture, to know a lot more about the culture, instead of just obviously like being ignorant and living with just the English part of the country. So yeah, it's been really interesting to see how the language is integrated, the history of the language. Even in our morning staff meetings, they actually teach us some of the greetings, the sayings, the numbers, the counting, the school songs, and all of that stuff. And everything, all of those things are done in Maori, not just specifically in Maori, in other languages too, like Pacifica, because there's a lot of people from like the Cook Islands or Fiji. So there's like a lot of different people here, but specifically the Maori culture in this country is emphasized, and people are really proud to be finally having a chance to learn the language and like integrate the language into like everyday life. And it's really interesting to see. I didn't think initially coming in here that it was going to be like this. I thought like, oh, okay, like Maori is there and like it's a language that the indigenous people speak, but I didn't think it was going to be like it's there in your day-to-day life. So that's something to keep in mind. Like when you do come to New Zealand, obviously just invest a little bit of time learning the language, learning the culture, understanding how things work. Now that I know a little bit more about the culture, it's not so different. Some of the values, not all of them, but like some of the values, like you know how the people love to come together, sing, dance, connect over food and all of those things. Like it's very similar to a lot of Black culture in that sense. So it's very endearing to learn about a new culture and actually see how you can link it back to your home country. So yeah, that was a culture shock to me, but it's a culture shock that I've actually learned to appreciate. So most of these culture shocks are culture shocks that I've learned to appreciate. Another culture shock, I don't know if this is a culture shock or more like an annoyance. I have not decided yet. But how wet this country is. It's so wet here. It rains all the time. It literally rains all the time. This past week that we had, it rained night and day, even during the day. You know, in South Africa, when it rains, there's like a break during the day. You can go to work and come back and do whatever. And it's like, it's damp outside, but it's not raining. Here, there's, you know, those tiny, tiny, tiny raindrops that feel like someone just sprayed you. That's how it rains. It will rain like that days on end. Like it won't stop. It'll just be wet and wet and wet. The last week it had been raining since like Sunday. It only stopped raining I think like this morning actually, and today is Friday. So it's been wet this whole time. And I kept on asking the teachers at work, like, is it always this wet? Is it always just blech? Because when it's wet, it's not nice when it's wet. It's okay for it to rain at night when we're sleeping, which is great. Like it's nice, cozy weather. But during the day when you have to go about your day and do other stuff, like when it's rainy, it's so irritating. And the fact that it rains so much, it means that it's gloomy for a long time. It's gloomy for a week. And I don't do well with gloomy weather. I already know that about myself. If it's gloomy, I'm gloomy. If it's sunny, I'm sunny. So I'm that type of person, which really sucks. But I didn't anticipate for this country to be this rainy. It's so rainy and it's very shocking. Also, another thing is that you shouldn't trust their weather app. That weather app, I've literally seen it. It says, oh no, it's going to be sunny. It's 22 degrees. Blah, blah, blah. Nope, it'll rain. There'll be a storm. It will be cloudy. So I'm just like, where is the weather app getting the weather? Because the weather does not match the weather outside. So I don't trust it at all. Because in Japan, I used to trust the weather app to the T, because when they said it's going to be hot and the wind speed is going to be 13 kilometers per hour and it's going to drizzle around 5, literally all those things would actually happen. So here, The weather app is just like a suggestion of what they think they feel might happen, which really is so annoying. But yeah, I can't believe it rains. It rains a lot, especially now. Like ever since it started becoming spring, summer, it's just been raining. But then that also explains why this country is so green, because it rains so much, and also probably explains why our water is free, because it rains so much. Those are the 3 culture shocks that I want to touch on from living here in New Zealand for 6 months. There hasn't been a lot of shocking things, because I've mentioned this multiple times in my other videos that New Zealand is very similar to South Africa in many ways, that it doesn't really feel like a foreign country. So if you are obviously coming from South Africa to come here, the biggest thing that you might struggle with is just being away from home and familiar people. But besides that, everything else is just quite similar, so you won't feel like a fish out of water at all. So yeah, those are my 3 culture shocks, and now I'm gonna sit here and eat my sushi because I'm really hungry, and I'm gonna watch my reality TV show. I told myself I was gonna work out today, but I'm definitely not gonna do that, so yeah.
This is the moment. 지난 추억들에 사랑을 더해. Let me have you pull me closer. 너의 곁에 지켜줄게.
Some quick grocery shopping today.
So finally, 6 months later, I finally feel settled. I have a routine that works, and I finally feel a sense of belonging in the most unexpected places. If you know me, you know I love to watch TV, and slowly I find myself wanting to leave the house more and be close to nature. New Zealand is so beautiful, and it's impossible to not become an outdoor person. There are so many hidden gems yet to be discovered, and this time I want to showcase all of it. This country has my heart, and I want to learn everything there is to know about its history, its people, and nature. Now I wait to see what the next 6 months will bring.
내 머릿속엔 there's something new. 아무리 즐기려 해봐도 Oh darling always 모르겠지만 말하지만 내게 말하겠단 말이야. Says to myself lately Open your heart to see it. Show that you got it this playground of your own. Start frying, I know it's coming. I need inspiration. 지난번 밤 날 밤이라도 저 바라바라 웃지마 쉽게 돌아오지 않던가. Says to myself lately Open your heart to see it. Show that you got it this playground of your own. 어딨어